What differentiates this group from others is that participants can talk about having thoughts about suicide and people don't freak out. This is a group where people can talk about those feelings and those thoughts, not have people judge them, not have people shy away or run screaming in the other direction. It's, yeah, okay, we've been there, let's talk about this. What were you feeling? It's reducing that freak out level to a point where people can feel, yeah, I can talk about this. I can start to understand what is going on inside. 3 of the tools that I think are most helpful for people is recognizing your early warning signs. The second one is really starting to recognize when are things starting to get really intense, otherwise when are they reaching the boiling point. So knowing that earlier, you can intervene earlier. The third tool is really starting to recognize the feelings and being able to describe the feelings and not being overwhelmed by those feelings. So I think those are the 3 that are most important, the early warning signs, the scale of intensity, and recognizing and understanding the feelings that are going on for you. The thing I would say to somebody who is reluctant or maybe not quite understanding how the group could support them, I'd start talking about my own experience and say, I understand why you would be reluctant. Sitting in a group of strangers, talking about thoughts and feelings about suicide is pretty damn scary. And yet, I found out I wasn't the only one who felt that way. I found out I wasn't alone. I found out that there was other people who were just as scared, just as frightened, just as sometimes pissed off about things as I was. And finding that out really helped me to say, you know, A, I don't have to go it alone, and other people get it. They get it. And oftentimes people are afraid to do things like this because they don't feel anyone gets them. And this group, somebody does. They get you. From my experience, furthermore, if you still come with some of those feelings, of feeling afraid, feeling scared, and feeling angry, the benefits of knowing how to deal with those feelings far outweigh those feelings in my experience. You start to understand those feelings. You start to say, yeah, it's okay to have those feelings and I know how to deal with it. It's not an either or. It's yes, you're feeling like this and you can do something about this. You're feeling depressed and you can still be competent. So bringing those feelings are an important thing to do because you understand and you begin to learn that it's part of life and it's not something you have to be afraid of. It's important that we talk about suicide in an open, supportive environment because suicide still is very much a taboo subject. It's one of those things that people don't like or are afraid to talk about. And yet by talking about it, we develop the skills, we develop the knowledge, and we develop the ability to support one another. By keeping suicide in the closet for so many years and not talking about it, people still feel ashamed and they feel guilty. So by talking about suicide in an open, caring, supportive way, we encourage people to reach out for support. They don't have to feel alone, and they feel that people can understand, support, and care for them as they walk that path towards making safer choices. It's important to talk about suicide because by not talking about it for so many years, we've encouraged people to keep silent, we've encouraged people to feel ashamed, and we've encouraged people to feel guilty. By talking about it and supporting people to do that, we can get people to come out into the community to seek support, and we can all start to develop the skills, the knowledge, and the abilities to support and care for one another, to help each other to choose life.